Today on this channel, I want to talk about this. This is the original Handlebar Jack on-the-go bicycle repair stand without worry. This was given to me at Christmas by one of my sisters, and I just now rediscovered that I had this, so I thought, I'll take a look at this and see if it works, because on the surface of it, I like the idea, I appreciate the present, and I like that it's made in the USA. Good job there, Handlebar Jack. But I don't know if this maybe is a solution to a problem that doesn't really exist. Because we all know the trick. You take your bike, you turn it upside down, handlebars down, resting on seat. Well, here's a picture. Seat makes one contact point, the handlebars make another, and you can kind of work on your bike without having to have a bike repair stand, which, not everyone has. As a matter of fact, in many of my videos, I've set up bikes so that people, the average person, how they would unbox a bike and repair it. And I've used this carpeted area to do so many times, including in one of my most recent Ozark Trail Slalom videos. I had this carpet, had it upside down, just like this, only without the handlebar jack. So I'm curious about this, if it's going to be a benefit or an encumbrance. I do see one potential benefit, or one potential spot where this would come in handy. So let's just get right into this and see if this handlebar jack is gonna be a benefit or not. Again, Christmas present, I appreciate that. And what do we have here? Oh, a thank you. Is that Andy? Well, you're welcome, Andy. This is the instructions. I'll set that off to the side, and the handlebar jack, and I hope, yeah, one pair, okay. I was going to say, I hope there's two in here. If there's only one, that'd be a very short video. But inside this box, we have, I thought that was like Japanese writing or something, but now I see handlebar jack. I think that's Jack. There's the glasses, there's eyebrows, there's a handlebar mustache, and the mouth. Okay, that's kind of cool. And they give a sticker, so good with that. And also good with the Made in USA. And here's the handlebar jack itself. Now these are, yeah, they're, oh, okay. Oh, that's magnetic. See the magnets there? There's magnets, there's magnets. Okay, now that's nice. I like that, and it's not heavy. It's, well, I'll put the weight on your screen. I'll weigh it and see what it weighs, but that is very nice. It has the included straps, and those straps even have the handlebar jack logo. When I first got this, I thought, it's a good little Amazon-y type affordable present that she thought clearly about me, knowing that I like bikes. But the more I look at this, I'm wondering how much she spent on it, because this doesn't give off the vibe of something cheap. It gives off the vibe of something very specialized for bike people. Okay, wow. Let's just open one up and see. Okay, so I'm going to take the Velcro off here, and the bars would loop through. The Velcro would close on the bars. So how do I get these legs? Oh, well, just open them up. Okay, so there's that. There's that. We just need handlebars. So let me put these on a bike and let's flip it upside down and see how they work. Just a quick look at the instructions, make sure I don't do anything wrong here. Loosen. Ideally, they can attach to the bike grip. Okay, so ideally they want it on the bike grip. Press the rear brake. That's talking about flipping it upside down. Handlebar jack should be the only part of your bike touching the ground. Technically not true, the seat would be touching the ground too. Ideal conditions, flat level surface away from traffic. Yeah, the usual stuff, and then reverse the process when taking them off. Okay, so nothing fancy aside from it is preferred to put them on the grips. So I know that upside down, I want these poking up, so do this so you can see here. I'll loop this through here. I'm going to cinch it down. And there we go. That's one on. Here's the second one. And these do. You cinch it down, you pull on this pretty tight, and it doesn't wobble around, so that's good. I also turned this one around while I was tightening it down because there's a logo on the bottom. Figure, hey, that's going to look good when it's turned upside down. So let's flip this over and see what happens. You know, this kind of works pretty well, better than I thought it would, because one thing about having the bike upside down like this is it's really easy to get the bars shifted because you only have the grips here on the ground. These legs on this little stand, this handlebar jack, actually, I mean, I'm rocking back and forth pretty hard and things are staying in place. I mean, I've knocked over bikes many times in this orientation. If you've done this with bars just on the ground, you probably have too. And look at that logo. That's what I said, I flipped things. So the logo would look good, but these work, and that seat's at an angle. I thought raising this up would tilt it too much and it would make things unstable, but no. I'm actually, I don't know what to say other than, you know, this is a solution to a problem I didn't know that I had, but you know, this does make it better. I'm going to be using these from this point forward when I'm flipping a bike upside down here in the living room. That's good. And taking these onto the trail, I think there are benefits there too, and make things definitely better. Because one thing I've always detested, something messes up out on the trail and I have to turn my bike upside down. Look, I've got some bars that I spent a lot of money on. And how many times have you put brand new grips on and they look all good? You don't want to turn that upside down, especially if they're lock-ons. These little metal lock-on rings, you don't want to be digging that into gravel, anything like that, or on the street on a sidewalk if you're working on a bike. If you have these in your backpack, look, that's not a problem anymore. And one definitely benefit for these. One place that I think these are kind of a must-have as far as repair stands without having an actual bike repair stand, or having one on the go, so to speak, is what I talked about earlier on the box here, with this being an e-bike and the screen. You know, e-bikes have a lot of stuff, especially center-mounted. A lot of them have a center-mounted display that sticks up. Well, this gives a pretty good bit of clearance. And there's that much clearance. A display sticking up, it's actually the perfect height for a display, like a display on an electric e-bike coming at an angle, so you have quite a bit more room. That's a good bit. Yeah, this is a good idea, handlebar jack. I'm impressed. I didn't think that I was gonna be, but I am. I'm impressed. Very good for e-bikes, very good for mountain bikes. If you don't want to scratch up your bars, you don't want your grips on something, unless you're on carpet. But even then, it's making this so much more stable. I mean, I'm wrenching on this fork, tugging on it. I'm putting some pressure on this and wobbling. This is holding in place. Wow. Pretty good. I'm going to see if I can find out where she purchased this, and I'll put a link down in the description, because Handlebar Jack, made in USA, and they feel quality. And that magnet thing, see what happens if I undo this. Yeah, here, let me just kind of take this off. Look how easy this is. I can even do it with the bar already down, fit it on and tighten it back. And because it's rubber grips, let me get this back off here and show you. Because you're on rubber grips, I understand now why they say rubber grips. This is rubberized. It's a hard plastic, but it's grippy. And that grips right down on these grips. A lot of grip wording there. And then I cinch this down tight. And look at that. I'm wobbling a lot. This is way more pressure than I would put on, because, well, let me just take these off. Yeah, without these, I mean, it's so easy to move these handlebars and topple this bike over with these. Very sturdy, way more than I would have thought. Oh, and I just saw another thing this is going to protect: shifters. If you have a shifter with a clear view window, you don't want that down on the ground. These keep it up out of the way and safe. Yeah, handlebar jack. Look at that. Goes back together, magnetic, clicking itself into place, easy to carry around. Doesn't even come apart when it's dropped. I mean, I had to tug on those with some decent pressure to get them pulled off. I'm impressed. Thanks again, sis. And here you go. Handlebar Jack, a product I didn't know I was gonna like, but I'm coming out of this video and you saw it along with me. I unboxed this and used it in this video, I'm going to be using it from now on. What do you think? Drop a comment down in the comments section. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great day. And again, if I can find where she got this, I'm assuming Amazon, but we'll see. If I can find where she got this, I'll put a link down in the description. I like it.